Conor McGregor is a superstar in MMA. You could even say he is the biggest star in MMA right now. It can be said, many MMA fighters' names soared after the fight with Conor McGregor. Even the world of MMA is increasingly known to the people because of Conor McGregor. Throughout his career, Conor McGregor has been involved in many record-breaking matches. And here are Conor McGregor's 5 biggest fights. But before we continue, don't forget to press the subscribe button and activate the bell so you don't miss the latest updates from QINIMA Sports. Versus Nate Diaz 1. You could say UFC 196 was an essential point in Conor McGregor's journey to become a megastar in MMA. In that fight, Conor was supposed to face Rafael dos Anjos, but was cancelled because dos Anjos suffered an injury to his leg. Nate Diaz then came to take the opportunity, despite the lack of preparation as it was only 2 weeks into the fight. In that bout booked for welterweight, Conor is the clear favorite, as he comes after his iconic 13-second knockout win against Jose Aldo in his previous bout. But what happened was a surprising thing, because Nate Diaz was able to silence Conor McGregor through a rear naked choke in the second round. This was Conor McGregor's first loss in the UFC, and took his record to 19-3. Even though Conor lost that time, he didn't completely fail, because he made a lot of money from this fight, as well as broke many pay-per-view records. Versus Nate Diaz 2. After his previous defeat at UFC 196, McGregor can't wait to ask for a rematch with Nate Diaz in order to level the score. Sure enough, he got that fight at UFC 202, which was held on August 20th, 2016, in Las Vegas. The fight itself was in the welterweight division, just like their first meet before. However, the fight this time wasn't the same as the previous fight, where this time they fought for 5 full rounds. In that fight, they traded blows for 5 full rounds, until finally, Conor McGregor managed to come out victorious through a unanimous decision. Although many fans have different opinions on this victory, McGregor is the one who came out victorious. The win this time made his career 23 record, while it was 8-1 for his UFC record. From this fight, fans are looking forward to the trilogy duel between Conor versus Diaz, but until now, the duel hasn't been realized. This fight also broke the pay-per-view record for the most purchased of all time, with sales of 1.6 million. Versus Eddie Alvarez. After Conor was defeated by Nate Diaz, then Conor was able to avenge his defeat in the next fight at UFC 202. Then Conor met Eddie Alvarez at UFC 205, which was the first UFC fight in New York City. UFC 205 was a huge show back then, and Conor McGregor versus Eddie Alvarez is the main card in the fight this time. McGregor was able to perform very well in this fight by stopping Eddie Alvarez in the second round with a punch. From this fight, Conor McGregor officially became the new lightweight champion, as well as marking his revival in the UFC, because he has won 2 championship belts simultaneously, because he also holds the featherweight championship belt. Like the previous fight, this fight also broke many records in the UFC, as well as being a big boost to Conor McGregor's fortune. Versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. This is an iconic fight in the UFC, as Conor meets his lightweight rival, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Conor's fight against Khabib was Conor's first fight after a 2-year hiatus from the UFC when he returned in October 2018. Their fight even started long before getting into the octagon fence, where they attacked each other both physically and verbally. Conor's meeting with Khabib occurred after Conor received widespread attention during his fight with Floyd Mayweather, so this fight also received wide attention. In addition, Khabib also brings an unbeaten record that makes fans even more interested to watch. Conor is a great fighter, and everyone wants to know what happens when he meets an invincible Russian who loves wrestling with bears. The hype was overwhelming, and the fight went on for 4 rounds, with Khabib dominating all rounds. Khabib managed to emerge victorious in the 4th round via a neck crank submission, and successfully defended his UFC lightweight belt. There is no rematch for this, but it did manage to become a big and famous fight. Versus Floyd Mayweather. It would be unfair to not include this fight in the list of Conor McGregor's biggest bouts. Although we all know that this is not an MMA fight, it's still a Conor McGregor fight. Even more than that, this is Conor McGregor's biggest fight ever in terms of wealth generation. The format of the fight this time is in the rules of professional boxing, where this is Conor McGregor's first fight. On the other hand, Mayweather stepped into the ring for the 50th time with an unbeaten record. In this crossover fight, they both managed to bring the fight into the biggest sporting event of the year. Even the trash talk before the fight was very lively and interesting. It all created a big buzz, and was able to attract a large number of spectators from both sports. The result of the fight was a victory for Mayweather in the 10th round in front of more than 15,000 spectators. Mayweather has set the longest unbeaten streak in professional boxing. Reportedly, Mayweather earned over $300 million United States dollars from that fight, and Conor McGregor earned over $100 million United States dollars. Compared to his earnings at the UFC, this is a bigger income for Conor McGregor. Actually, there is still one more big fight for Conor McGregor, namely his trilogy duel against Dustin Poirier. But according to you, among the 3 Conor vs Poirier, which is more spectacular? And does that compare to the Conor vs Khabib, is the Conor vs Dustin Poirier even more spectacular? Please share your opinion in the comments column. Don't forget to like and share the video if it's useful. Thanks for watching, see you in another video. See ya!